All right, good Monday morning to everybody. I have to take one of the phrases that E.T. Eric Thomas made famous. Thank God it's Monday. Now I used to say thank God it's Friday when I was working my 9 to 5, but now it's thank God it's Monday. When Friday comes around, I look forward to Friday because the weekend is time for family and friends, but when Monday comes around, I'm excited. It's time to get after it and go grind. So this morning, I'm not asking you a question today so much. I will ask you a question, but I'm not starting with a question. I'm giving you a statement. You owe you. And what I mean by that is, well, let me tell you a quick story. This weekend, I had a trader who sent me an email. Now, I've only been in business doing this for 2 weeks now. So he sent me an email and he's like, I hate to do this, but I want to get a refund. I've tried to do this, but you win on these trades, but I can't. And Mitch, if you're hearing an echo, you need to log out and log back in. Or up at the top right, there's a red X in a circle. Just click on that and reload the platform. That should take care of it. And he was saying that he tried every trade, but he just couldn't win, so he didn't think this was for him. So I'm like, okay, that's great. So I started pulling it up, and I'm getting ready to do the refund. So I asked him, so what have you experienced in these other chat rooms? Why do you feel you can't seem to win? And he was just kind of was hesitant, and just to get the monkey out of the room, I told him, okay, I just finished. Your refund is there. Your money is already back. You should get an email right now saying that it's there. Said, but for me, I need to know if there's something I'm missing. If there's something you're missing from these chat rooms that you can't be successful, I was like, I want to know. I want to take it to the next level. And as we were talking, he said, you know what? It just became clear. I I'm not getting what I need out of me. It's like I'm not doing what I need to do. He says I'm sitting here expecting you guys to do everything for me, and I'm not getting what I need. And it made me think about it. We are quick to want guarantees from everybody else and everything else, but we're not willing to give ourselves a guarantee. If something doesn't work right, or if something doesn't help us do what we want it to do, we're the first ones on the phone or in the customer service line demanding our money back. So how many of us have demanded our money back from ourselves? How many of us are willing to give ourselves a guarantee to where if we don't put in what we need to put in, if we don't do what we need to do, then we have to give ourselves our money back? When you've invested, when you put your money on the line for Average Joe Trading, you not only invested in me, you invested in yourself. And I'm not going to be able to do what I need to do and give you everything that you need unless you're willing to do what you need to do. Unless you're willing to point to yourself in the mirror and say, what do I need to do to be successful? Why am I not giving 120%? Why am I looking for somebody else to give me everything I need? Why am I not getting up an hour before the market and getting my mind prepared. Why am I not starting my process early enough? Why am I not reflecting on my trades at night to try to get better? You have to hold yourself accountable. And once you do that, things are going to change. Until you are able to point your finger at yourself and say, what am I not giving? What am I not doing? Once you do that, everything's going to change for you. I promise you. And I'm not telling you that because I read it. I'm telling you that because I lived it. I lived it in the beginning, and then last year when I started struggling toward the summer, and I started blaming everybody else and blaming everything else as to why I'm not doing what I need to do, or why I'm not trading as well as I should have. But until I stopped, looked back, and pointed to myself in the mirror and said, why aren't you doing what you need to do in order to get out of this slump? Why are you blaming everybody else? Why aren't you getting up an hour early and staying up an hour late trying to figure out where you're going wrong? And until I did that, I stayed in that slump. And now, anytime I start going backwards, I don't blame anybody else. I look at me. I look, what am I not doing? Am I missing the boat? And once you do that, and once you start holding yourself accountable, once you give yourself that guarantee, then things are going to change for you. I can promise you that. Alright, last thing I want to share with you. One of the best and most difficult lessons you can learn in life is that no one owes you anything, and you owe yourself everything. Anytime I get lost, I go back and read this lesson. One of the best and most difficult lessons you can learn in life is that no one owes you anything, and you owe yourself everything. We're not entitled to anything, but we owe it to ourselves to do whatever we need to do, to wake up every day going after it. Because the only person that can shape our life is us. And we can't let anybody, anything, stop us. Alright, so that's my message for today. Wanted to start this week out on the right foot here, because it's time. It's time for me. It's time for everybody else out here to start making a change. Yeah, Hugh, the tax man does think a little bit differently. Yeah, he doesn't believe in that at all. Alright, so let's see what we got on tap here today. PETX and GALE not in my wheelhouse right now. So let's see what COG talking about. Oil and gas, independent oil and gas. An upgrade a couple weeks ago. They got an approval for 3 billion shale gas line. That was February 3rd, after market close. So we're reacting to that news on the 3rd. I don't see anything out today, but I'll keep an eye on it. This news came out after market, so on the 3rd, came out after market Friday, so we'll I'll still keep an eye on it. See, HAS. a downgrade a couple weeks ago. It was on earnings. So we're up on earnings. Strong profit and sales beat. So they got a double. So that's pretty good. But they're on a conference call right now. So we'll wait and see what happens coming out of an. Yeah, COG got an upgrade. Did it? I saw they got an upgrade a couple weeks ago, but I didn't see anything from today. So Barclays did upgrade it back on the 23rd, which is about a week or two ago, about 2 weeks ago. So let's take a look at these two right now. Take a look at the charts. Bring it up here. See, COG. Right now we're trading at 23.32, and we are running up. I think that's about as high up as we're gonna go today. There's a lot of choppiness in this area right here. Alright, let's see how the daily chart looks. I mean the intraday chart looks here. And you see we are pushing up. We're in through this window here. This is the only window that's not promising here. There's only about a 33-cent window in here. But these are pretty good. So COG not bad. I will keep this on watch. The news is positive. I'd like to see a pullback and a base off VWAP really into the open. So I'm not sure how much momentum this is going to catch at 9 o'clock and how far this is going to drive, but we'll see. HAS is next. HAS is starting to pull back to the 9. So that looks pretty good for a potential pre-market trade if we have enough volume. I don't mind shorting these pre-market, but going long, it's twice as hard for a stock to go up than it is to go down. And it doesn't take much volume for a stock to fall, but it takes more volume to drive it up. So we'll see. We'll keep that on watch. Let's do the daily chart and see what levels we have here. See, we're trading 91.41, so we have gapped all the way out of this mess. Alright, so this 10-year high, this is a 10-year daily chart, and the high on this 10-year daily chart 88.53. So we've broken out to new highs. So this is going to be interesting today since we're breaking out. There's nothing above it, so all I can use for my levels are whole and half dollar marks and the moving averages. That's all I'm going to be able to use for my levels. You can see this 88.53, this was the high going in, the 52-week high, or really the 10-year high, and we've gapped up here. We're basing on the 9. I'm thinking we may get a pullback here before we do anything else. You see the RSI, we're in the 70 range, so we can still run up. We can still, run up into the 90s before this thing, pulls back. But I would like to see more volume come in before I would look, give a harder look at this. Alright, so far, looking at HAS, COG. Alright, let's look at TSN. It popped in. TSN is down on earnings. Profit beat. The company gets a SEC subpoena. Let me see what this is about. What kind of subpoena? It was connected to an investigation which it believes is based on a class action lawsuit that alleged Tyson Foods colluded with others in the broiler chicken business to reduce production. So that's a pretty serious allegation. When you mess with the supply in an effort to raise the price, then the SEC is going to come after you. That's not a good, if that's true, that's not a good side to be on. So let's take a look at this chart and see what kind of hit it got. TSN. Okay, so we're trading around 64. I didn't gap down that much. I don't know if I like this price action so much. Oh, this doesn't look promising. I don't like the daily chart that much. But this may be a nice fader. 64. This may be a nice fader today. Go back to the daily chart, because we've got This one didn't get quite right. See, this is the area that we're going to be working in right here. So what I'm going to look for it to do is possibly just fade down into this. See if we got any shorts on this. What's the short availability? See, TSN. Yeah, no restriction. We do have shorts available. Alright, now I wouldn't jump in this right now. For me, I need to wait for a pullback. I'm not going to chase this down, but I would like to see a pullback going into the open on a retest, possibly this level here. Maybe when it gets there, the 20 and everything will be up here, so it will be a little bit safer for me. So I'm gonna keep my eye on this. Let me see. So it came out. The conference call should be somewhere around 9 or 9:30. Alright, 9 o'clock. Yeah, so we're gonna wait. Hopefully the conference call will be over with by the open. So definitely gonna have TSN on watch. So these are the three: TSN, COG, and HAS. Those are the ones I'm gonna be watching today. First, looking for the opening range breakout, and then for the secondary moves. I think TSN may be an all-day fader. Once it pulls back, gives us a test, gives us a good entry opportunity, and may fade pretty much all day. So I may leave some skin in the game on it most of the day. Just depends on what happens in this conference call. Alright, but that's it. That's my plan for today. TSN, COG, and HAS. And we'll see. Hopefully I'll pick the right one out of the gate. I did that. I picked the wrong one a couple days last week and the week before last. But still get little moves, but you want to get the one that's going to follow through the most. We always want to get that home run trade, even though we're not looking for it. We always want to pick the one that's going to give us the best opportunity. And that's what I look for when I'm watching these trades going into the open. When I'm sitting back watching the price action going into the open on these, I'm trying to pick the one that I feel is going to give us the best opportunity. Sometimes I'm good, sometimes I'm not. Alright guys, so just remember, anytime you have any questions, just shoot me an email. If you're not in chat, we would love to have you come in and join us. If you're kind of skeptical and you want to take it for a test drive, you can always get the monthly, and you have the option of upgrading it by just paying the difference between the monthly and the yearly subscription within 14 days. Within 2 weeks, you can always upgrade. So no harm, no foul. But I really think if you come in and you see what we're doing, you're gonna want to stay, because everything is an open book. Not hiding anything. Even sometimes are more open than others than it should be open. But everybody understands. All right, great. All right, so I'm going to sign off here, move it back on over to the chat room. So invitation is there. Anytime you want to come in and join us, just try us out for a month. I guarantee you within the first 2 weeks you'll probably know that this is where you want to stay. So have a great day. Stay green. And remember, trade for the skill. Trade for skill. Don't trade for the money. If you focus on the skill, the money's going to be there. I guarantee you. The money will be there. Alright, so see you guys tomorrow. We'll be here same time, same place. So my audio is cutting out, I'm sorry. But we'll be here tomorrow, same time, same place. So until then, have a great day.